Alright. Triangle proportionality. If you have a line inside the triangle that's parallel to another. Now these little arrows just mean parallel. So if you ever see the arrows, it's automatically telling you parallel. So if you have a line inside a triangle that is parallel to one of the sides, what it does is it cuts it into pieces that will make a proportion and work out. Here's what you need to understand for the rule. The two pieces of one side make a fraction. AB over BD equals AC over CE. The two pieces of one side make the fraction. Do not go across the triangle. So from here to here is going to make a fraction, and then from there to there is going to make a fraction. That's what you need to get out of it. If you do that, we're setting up a proportion, cross multiplying and dividing. Very simple. So if I'm looking at the first one, remember the two pieces of one side make a fraction, so give me the proportion that'll work for this.
X 12 over 18.
Alright. I'm going to start on the way out just because. If I do 10 over 8, then I've got to do 12 over x. I started in the top and I've got to start in the top both times. These parallel lines right here make the fraction for you. Here's my fraction, 10 over 8. And then there's my other fraction, 12 over x. I just got to make sure I go in the same order. So I would cross multiply here and get 10 times x.
Didn't we do that? Didn't we do this like last time?
You did proportion stuff. We just didn't do it with this particular setup. But it's the same thing. So I get 10x equals 96.
Wait, whoa.
Divide and get 9.6.
Coach.
The other way too.
Okay, how you get 12 over x? I thought 10. I thought x supposed to be over 8. Or is
No,
it?
no, that's what the two pieces of one side make a fraction. So here's my side. So those two pieces, the 10 and the 8, make the fraction.
Or you can go 8 over 10.
Or I could do 8 over 10, but if I go 8 over 10,
You got to go.
then I've got to go x over 12.
Same order.
All right, do that second one right there. All right, give me the fraction for this one.
X over 15.
All right, if I choose x over 15,
You got to do 8 over 16.
then I've got to do 8 over 16. Somebody give me a different fraction that would work.
16 over 8.
All right, if I do 15 over x, that would be 16 over 8. Either one will work now. Just make sure you go in the same order both times. So 16 times x, 15 times 8. That's my 120.
X divided by 120 is 7.5.
If I'm looking at this first one, remember the two pieces of one side make a fraction. So if I start on this side, right here, give me a fraction.
X over 8.
If I choose x over 8, that's fine as long as I do what for the second one? It's got to be 4 over 12 because remember the parallel lines tell you which ones go where. The x and the 4 have to be in the same spot on the two different fractions. So x and 4 are both in the top, 8 and 12 are both in the bottom. Then I know I'm okay. Cross multiply, 12x equals 4 times 8. 12x equals 32.
Do you want to round in there?
Yeah, round
X
it.
equals 2.7.
It'll be 2.7.
So 2.7. All right, second one's yours. All right, first fraction, give it to me.
X over 12 and 10 over 15.
All right, if I do x over 12, then I've got to do 10 over 15. So I would cross multiply 15x, 12 times 10, which is 120.
And then X equals 8.
All right.
Oh my God.
No, oh my God. If it ever gives you the whole side, what did we do last time when it gave me the whole side and one of the pieces? No. No. What?
It's over.
I think somebody said it. We're going to subtract the whole thing minus the piece they gave you. The whole side is 25. That piece is 10. But what is 25 minus 10?
15.
So that means this part is 15, and now it's just a regular problem.
You got to be on the side where you got to stretch by the side.
Whatever's on that side with the line.
Like on that would be 21 minus 7.
Yes. All right, so here I would say x over 11, 15 over 10, cross multiply. Wind up with 16.5. All right, second one's yours. All right, 21 minus 7 gives me 14 for that part.
X over 5 and then 7 over 14.
I disagree.
Wow.
If I do x over 5, I went from the top down. So then I would have to go top down on the second one, 14 over 7.
She said 7 over 14 dish.
Shut your mouth.
All right, so if I do that, stop. If I do that, I get 7 times x and 5 times 14. Wind up with 10. Do you have to do it that way?
No.
No. Give me another fraction that would work.
5 over x.
If I do 5 over x, then I could do 7 over 14. Or I could start over here and do 14 over 7 and x over 5. A bunch of different ways of doing it. All right, look at this first one. It's already got all the pieces for me, so all I got to do is set up the proportion. Give me the fractions that would work.
6 over 10.
All right, if I do 6 over 10, then I've got to do 8 over 2x minus 4. You don't change the way you do it. Everything's done the same. I cross multiply. 6 times 2x minus 4 equals 10 times 8. Make sure on this part right here that you distribute what's on the outside by both parts on the inside. So 6 times 2x is 12x. 6 times the negative 4 is negative 24. Multiply over here and get 80. Add the 24 to both sides. So
How you get 8, Coach?
How to get 8? Just came from the
Oh, I ain't see that.
So I get 104, 12, or 104 divided by 12. Is that 8.7, I think? I don't remember. All right, give me the fraction for this.
10 over 4 equals 12 over 3x minus 2.
All right, so 10 over 4, 3x, or excuse me, 12 over 3x minus 2. Do your cross multiplying, so 10 times 3x minus 2 equals 4 times 12. 30x minus 20 equals 48. Add the 20. 30x equals 68.
X equals 2.3.
2.3. All right. What is that part right there? How much is that?
25.
We did this the week before last.
X minus 25.
X minus
No, but close.
X minus 20.
25 minus 8.
25 minus x. Because what did we just do a second ago? We took the whole thing and we minus the part that was there. We did 25 minus 10 or whatever it was. Well, now that it's x, I know that this piece is 25 minus x. So always do the whole side minus the piece that it gives you. In this case, it's 25 for the whole side and x for the piece. 25 minus x tells me what's left. After that, you do the proportion stuff like normal. Give me the proportion that would work.
X over 25 minus x equals 12 over 8.
If I do x over 25 minus x, I do 12 over 8. I can start with the 12 over 8 first, that would be fine. Cross multiply, 8 times x, 12 times 25 minus x. 8x equals 300 minus 12x. Add the 12 both sides. Divide at the end. What is this missing piece right there?
15 minus x.
Does everybody understand where that 15 minus x is coming from?
Yeah.
Whole thing is 15. minus the piece it gave me was x. So 15 minus x is what's left. Proportion.
Like x over 15 minus x equals 5 over 7.
All right, now what were you saying?
I said 7 over 5.
All right, if we do 7 over 5, then I would have to do 15 minus x over x. Both ways should give me the same answer. Do my cross multiplying, 7 times x equals 5 times 15 minus x.
7x equals 75 minus 5x.
Plus the 5x.
12x equals 75 and x equals 6.3.
That's right.
Yep. All right, what is my missing piece on this first one right here?
8 minus x.
This part is 8 minus x, and then I can say 8 minus x over x, 9 over 3.
I put x over 8 over
What's the answer?
I mean 8.
X over 8 minus x, then you should have 3 over 9.
Yeah, that's
All right, you're good.
8, dude.
Cross multiply,
9x equals 3. 8 minus 8.
multiply that out. Remember, make sure you distribute both parts. 24 minus 3x. Add the 3x, so we want the variables together.
12x equals 24 and x equals 2.
Wind up with 2.
I got that.
The answer was 2 over 2.
Hold on, I'll look at it. On the second one, we got 12 minus x here.
X over 12x. Wait, 12
12
minus
minus
x equals 5 over 10.
So that'll work.
10x equals 5 times 12 minus x. And then it's 10x equals 60 minus 5x. And then 15x equals 60 and x equals 4.
So when I set up this first one, I know this piece is 27 minus x there. So 27 minus x over x and 4 over 14, the way I set it up. 14 times 27 minus x equals 4x. What is that right there? That 378?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So 378 minus 14x equals 4x.
Come on, coach.
Add the 14.
18x equals 378 and x equals 21.
You wind up with 21. If I want to do this next one over here, that part would be 10 minus x. So if I did x over 10 minus x, 9 over 6. 6x would equal 90 minus 9x. Add the 9. The 15x equals 90. Is that 6? All right. All right. When you see ones like this, it's a little bit different than the ones we just did because we're not talking about the parallel line stuff. Notice all the rest of these have the parallel lines in there. This one doesn't talk about that. This is more like the similar triangle stuff we did a couple weeks ago. If you ever see it like this, do the two triangles. I got the little triangle, which would be y, 5, and 10. And then I've got the big triangle. That's obviously 30 for the bottom. What is the left side of that big triangle?
16. Well, no, wait, 16. The left
The
side.
left
is
side
16.
goes from here to there.
16.
16 plus y. Or, I'm going to say y plus 16. Same thing. What is the right side of the big triangle? And I'm going to say x plus 5. If you want to put 5 plus x and 16 plus y, that's the same thing. Once I have this, now it's just similar triangles. If I want to solve for x, I would say 5 over x plus 5 equals 10 over 30. Does everybody see where that came from?
Yes.
I did the x plus 5, or excuse me, the 5 from the small triangle, x plus 5 matches it in the big one. And then the 10 over 30 because it gives me the numbers. So I would cross multiply there, 10 times x plus 5 equals 5 times 30. 10x plus 50 equals 150. So 10x equals 100. And x equals 10. Then I would have to solve for y. You got a question?
Yeah, why did you get a lot plus like this?
Right here on the y plus 16. Because if I've got the two pieces of one side, how would I get the whole thing? I would have to add them together. It's the opposite of what we just did a minute ago. If it gives you the whole side in a piece, you subtract. If it gives you the two pieces, you add. So my second part for y would be y over y plus 16. And I'm still going to use that 10 over 30 because it gave me the numbers for both parts there.
I wrote it wrong.
So cross multiply 30y equals 10 times y plus 16.
10 over what?
10 over 30. 30y equals 10y plus 160 minus the 10y. So 20y equals
I was doing
160.
1, 2.
And then y equals 8.
Okay, well, I didn't see that.
All right, I'm going to get my two triangles. The small one would be y 5 and 8. The big one would be y plus 10, x plus 5, and 24.
Okay, I messed up again.
So I would say for my x, 5 over x plus 5, 8 over 24. Cross multiply, 8 times x plus 5 equals 24 times 5. 8x plus 40 equals 120 minus the 40. 8x equals 80. Divide and get 10 for x. Then I go to the y, so that's going to be y over y plus 10, and still 8 over 24.
What we doing?
24 times y, and then 8 times y plus 10.
Yeah,
Cross multiply, distribute 8y plus 80 minus the 8y. 16y equals 80. Divide by 16.
Okay, that's right.
X equals 5. Y equals 5.
Y equals 5.
Let's go.
Where did I bought you?
All right, the first step on this is to separate the two triangles. So the small one is 3, 4, and x. The big one is 9, y plus 4, and x plus z.
Okay.
Now, automatically, we should know that that right there is a problem. Because I can't have two variables at the same time and work it out. So, I'm going to go back to the first one. Can I figure out what x is?
Yes.
What is it?
5.
We should recognize it as a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. If you don't, do Pythagorean theorem. If it gives you a right triangle in there, there's a reason most of the time. So in this case, I'm going to use the right triangle stuff and figure out that this x is now a 5, which means this is not
Oh, X is 5.
x plus z,
5. It's 5 plus C.
and I'm going to say z plus 5. But 5 plus z would work the same. Once I have that, well, now I can do the y and the z similar triangle stuff. How would I set it up to solve for y?
Z plus 5. Oh.
Y.
4 plus Y over 4.
All right, so
Wait,
I'm going to do y plus 4 over 4.
Yeah, for that one, we still do the big to the little.
It doesn't matter. Either one works. So if I do y plus 4 over 4, then I do 9 over 3. Do my cross multiplying.
3Y.
So I get 3y equals 24. And y equals 8.
What? No. 3.
I got Y 3 pounds.
All right, for z, I would say z plus 5 over 5 equals 9 over 3 again. So 3z plus 15 equals 45. Z equals 10.